Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a journey into a really fascinating region, Uttarakhand in India,
Mm,
often called Devbhoomi, which means, the land of gods.
right.
It's a place where, well, nature, spirituality, and culture just seem to be completely intertwined.
Yeah, it's quite something. And what's really interesting, I think, is how one state manages to be so many things at once.
Exactly.
So our mission today really is to sort of unpack the layers of Uttarakhand,
Okay.
from how it started geographically to its deep spiritual significance and its really vibrant culture, too. We want to get a feel for what makes it unique.
Okay, so let's start maybe with the basics. How did Uttarakhand actually come to be as a state?
Well, it's surprisingly recent, actually,
Yeah.
politically anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was only formed back in 2000. It's separated from the larger state of Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
And that was really driven by, a desire for more autonomy, basically, to recognize the unique identity of this mountainous region.
That makes sense. And building on that, the geography itself is just, oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You've got these majestic Himalayan ranges
Hmm.
in the north of India,
Hmm.
but it's more than just stunning scenery. This is where India's most sacred rivers, the Ganga and the Yamuna, actually start.
Ah, from places like Gangotri and Yamunotri.
Exactly, from those glaciers.
Yeah.
And that geographical reality, well, it's profoundly shaped beliefs, farming, everything downstream
Mm.
for literally thousands of years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it puts Uttarakhand right at the center of environmental concerns, too, protecting those vital sources.
And I guess it's impossible to even mention Uttarakhand without talking about religion, its spiritual side.
You're absolutely right. It's the starting point for the famous Yatra,
That's the big pilgrimage.
the big one, yeah. A really challenging circuit to 4 sacred shrines: Kedarnath, Badrinath, Haridwar, and Rishikesh.
Hmm.
Millions of people make this journey every year, often through incredibly tough Himalayan terrain. It's a huge act of devotion.
So it's not just for pilgrims, though. Is it part of daily life?
Oh, completely. It's woven into the fabric of the place. You hear hymns in the valleys, see ancient temples everywhere. It's just there.
Okay. And then beyond the spiritual aspect, you also have this amazing natural beauty. Where do people typically experience that?
Well, in so many places. You've got famous spots like Nainital with its lakes, Mussoorie, which has that colonial hill station charm,
Right.
Ollie for skiing, and the Valley of Flowers, which is just breathtaking when it blooms.
Incredible.
And visitors always talk about the sense of peace they feel. The crisp air, the forests, the wildlife. It really does have a calming, sort of rejuvenating effect.
So nature, spirituality. What about the culture? Does it have its own distinct feel?
Definitely. The folk culture is really strong and unique.
How does that show up?
Through things like traditional songs and these really dynamic dances, you might hear about jagar or pandavnitya or choliya.
Yeah.
And these aren't just, performances for tourists. They often tell local stories, myths, historical events. It's like a living connection to the past.
That's fascinating. It gives you a real window into their heritage.
Exactly.
Now, one thing that always strikes me is that it's not just land of gods. It's also called Veertbhoomi, land of the braves.
Precisely. That's a really important part of its identity.
Why is that?
Well, a large number of soldiers in the Indian Army come from Uttarakhand. There's a strong tradition of service and, well, resilience.
I see.
And you see that strength, that resilience reflected in how the state is developing, too. Tourism is booming, infrastructure is growing,
Right.
which creates new opportunities for people there. The travel sector is really transforming things.
So when you put it all together, nature, spirituality, culture, this brave aspect,
Right.
what's the core takeaway here?
I think at its heart, Uttarakhand represents this powerful coming together of nature's majesty, deep religious feeling, and strong living traditions.
Oh, a real convergence.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe something for you, the listener, to think about is this. How can one single place hold so many identities?
Hmm.
Sacred land, natural paradise, cultural hub, source of national strength.
Yeah.
What does that blend tell us about how we as humans connect to a place? And how all these threads weave together to create something truly unique?